Chapter 06. Rimmeru's Pav. After pranking Guy and naming Rain and Misery, I went to the newly founded kingdom of dwarves to make my future self's goal easier than before in a new look. Since making myself look the same for the next people I'm meeting could have far-reaching repercussions, I chose to alter my appearance for the next few encounters. Since I'm recognized by Veldanava as his cousin, I chose a true dragon appearance that was different from all of the others that would come, before, or after this moment. Still can't decide which it would be. I guess time does that to people. Maybe I should ask Chloe about it. Well, anyways, I chose to have an evil shadowy appearance to help sell the idea that my new character role is not naturally occurring being, but a byproduct of what the high humans have unleashed. I chose an Ouroboros dragon as the base look that made its whole body an empty black color, even the eyes. Then I changed the other head to be purest white with glowing white eyes so Seal could control one head and I'd have the other one. Next I split the tail into the same color as the heads, and added a snake rattle on the end. Then I gave it both legs and arms to help make it clear that it's not a lesser dragon even if they don't exist yet. For the final touches I added some spikes that split down the back, pointed to the side at a 78 degrees angle on both backsides. I then added a shadowy dark black fog around my body so that most people can only see a silhouette of me, with my glowing eyes of bright white and the darkest of black. I chose to make the appearance seem the opposite of Veldanava since I can be considered his opposite element and am not a part of his closest family. If he is the stars that birthed creation, then I'm the void that always existed that will devour everything one day. Not really, but I'll make it seem so to everyone else soon as my disguise. Would have given a picture, but I don't know how AI art works or how to use it, and there was none on Google. So I fly in my newly made dragon form for the first time while releasing some of my aura so I will be noticed by the dwarves as well. And man, it took a little while to do, but now I'm not left out of the dragon transformation club alone. Seal, Master has always had a dragon form, it was just different, as it was your slime form. She also said quietly, I worked hard on it too, you know. As she gave me a pouty face. Rimmeru, sorry Seal, I didn't mean to take credit for your hard work, but it was my design idea that we worked on together for the first time. I'm surprised we never made anything together like this before now. But our stay at Dworgen should be brief, right? Seal, it depends on what you wish the outcome to be, Master. Rimmeru, I want it so that when I come as my original form in the future I can meet Gazel faster than before and also analyze the high dwarf of now so I can help Gazel evolve when the time is right. Seal, understood Master, we will need at most 2 days to complete both objectives. She seemed to hesitate but then asked, can I get a reward after this is done? Rimmeru, sure, what would you like Seal? If I can help you with something I will, you're my partner after all. Seal took a moment to speak again, seemingly deciding her words, then said, I would like to have a day with just us two when we finish completing our immediate tasks, then have a night where I sleep with you, Master. Rimmeru was surprised by the simple request and thought it would be more complicated from how she seemed to find difficulty saying the words, but after thinking about it thought to simply agree to grant the wish of his partner that had never asked for much of anything before. Rimmeru, sure Seal, I don't mind doing that with you. Seal surprised her. Master agreed so easily, thought he might have misunderstood her request but chose to ignore the thought, for her long-held desire seemed near. Soon she would have what she wished for since first noticing the gazes other women gave Rimmeru long ago. Seal, thank you Master for agreeing to my request. Rimmeru, sure, it's not a big deal, it's just 1 day out of many to come, and if I have nothing to do during the time we were waiting for events to happen I was planning to sleep in between them mostly. Unbeknownst to Rimmeru, this deal would cause an incident that would change his and Ciel's relationship forevermore. As we neared the city of the dwarves in disguise, I used universal perception to find a lone high dwarf that wasn't paying attention to the sky and dove down to eat him whole. I of course didn't kill him, just put him in my imaginary space so I could analyze him, and then when I finished I spat him back out, making it seem to onlookers that I was attacking the city. Soon some soldiers appeared all around the place to defend the populace, but I ignored them, instead focusing on a high dwarf who clearly was stronger than the rest. Then I began to enact my plan to inform Threaten, the first dwarf king, who weirdly looked like Merd more than Gazel, surprisingly. Dwarf King Grand Dwargos Pav. After what seemed like a normal day in my prospering kingdom that I founded a few years earlier, something disastrous happened. Dwarf Guard Knight Captain, sir, we have been told by our magical detection wizards that something powerful is approaching our city. Grand Dwargo, what have our lookouts said? Have they seen anything yet? Dwarf Guard Knight Captain, so they say they see a two-headed creature that looks like black fog is covering it, is coming towards the city, and that it's bigger than a 2-story house. And sir, the guard hesitated to say more but got it out eventually. It felt like when I first saw it through the Master Magician's water mirror, that it felt like looking a demon god was heading our way, like the one that recently attacked and destroyed the high humans. It feels like a natural disaster as a living being surrounded by death. Grand Dwargo, I'll go and see this creature myself through the water mirror then. But before he could, another younger guard ran in and yelled, "Sir, a monster has attacked a citizen and is now hovering around near the castle. It looked like it was looking for another meal, sir." Grand Dwargo, I wonder if it's another creation of that damned Madam and Twilight Valentine, the first ancestor to all mortal beings. I'm going out tell all our soldiers to protect our people. As I ran out to my balcony, I saw with my own eyes what kind of creature it was. A being made of black and white scales and 2 heads and tails. One head was white, the other black, but its aura put even my own to shame. It seemed to be controlling it so the people wouldn't die, but just enough to cause pain. Then it started to approach me very slowly, seeming to know of my growing fear of it. I then tried to analyze it with my ultimate skill, but it showed blocked, meaning it likely had an ultimate skill too. Now I knew it wasn't just a mindless creature but an extremely intelligent one and powerful too. My options seemed limited, especially with my people in danger as well if we fought here. It seemed we at least should try to negotiate with it beforehand if we wanted to buy my people time to evacuate and hide from this threat to our kingdom. When it was but 2 balconies away from me, it spoke. "Creature Rimuru, so you are the progenitor of the high dwarf race and the king of this kingdom." The white head spoke next. "We desire to consume you so we may gain further insight into all of creation and especially the creatures who make up much of it. Grand Dwargo, if you wish to consume me, then make a deal with me. Leave my people out of this and face me in combat outside my city. If you do and win, I will then give up my life to you. Please spare my people from harm." Creature Rimuru, I can agree to this, but why should I when I could just eat you right here and now? You hardly seem strong alone. Grand Dwargo, I may seem weak compared to what you understand, but with my people fighting beside me instead of alone, I'll be more powerful than fighting me alone. So would you rather fight only me, or have the hassle of fighting all of my people and me together as one? It was more of an obvious statement than a question, but he got the answer he wanted at least. Creature Rimuru, I'm willing to go along with your scheme, dwarf, but that won't save you from the inevitable. For when this day ends, you will either bow to the void or be consumed by it. For I am the dragon of the void, the being that all things will go to die. Ideas, gods, mortals, spirits like you once were, and even time will cease, but I will always be waiting for my next meal, for my hunger never fades, only subsides. So know this, dwarf king. Is it paused to take an exaggerated breath as the white one continued, that after this year I shall sleep and I shall return in a time where a true dragon of storm, chaos and destruction departs the world temporarily, when the demon lord's numbers falls to 8 in a circle, with the angel army's drums drawing near, and an empire draws its swords to fight your people and its allies, I shall return to meet your descendants again to ask for another favor that they can't refuse. This I vow will happen, for time flows ever onward, but I am inevitable." Then the black head spoke again. "Now dwarf, shall we move to a more appropriate location as you asked?" To be continued.